Hey, church family, I hope you're doing good. Are you ready for a little courage refuel on a Friday morning? This thing sometimes I take it off at night to sleep. But I know one guy that doesn't take this thing off. His name's Tim Carter. I don't know if you got a chance to meet him at church. He's a great guy, but man, he's got his courage bracelet on, and it's already like the lettering's already fading out, and he wears it everywhere he goes. Travels up and down California doing business, but I love that. It's an encouragement to me to see him always have that on. All right, let me tell you a little story for a little courage refuel this morning. There was a guy driving down a fancy car down the countryside road, and a deer pulled out in front of him. And so he swerves to try to miss the deer and ends up in a ditch. He has no cell service. There's no way to get any help. And so he's just sitting on the hood of his car, just kind of despondent and waiting. And pretty soon an old farmer comes, and he's got a horse and he's got a little cart, and he's just kind of plugging along, comes there, and the farmer says, "Hey, you need me to help you pull that car out of the ditch?" The guy says, "You can try, but I don't think you're going to be able to pull that car out with that horse." He says, "It's okay, let me try." And so the farmer kind of unstraps the horse and hitches it up to the car, and then all of a sudden the farmer starts to yell, "Come on, Nellie, pull!" And nothing happens. "Come on, buddy, pull!" And nothing happens. And then he says, "Come on, Buster, pull!" And nothing happens. And then finally the farmer yells, "Come on, Coco, pull!" And that horse just pulls that car right out of the ditch out onto the road. And he starts to unstrap it, and the guy is just in shock. He says, "How come you yelled all those names and he didn't do anything, and then you yelled his name and he pulled?" And the farmer says, "Well, if that horse is blind, and if he knew he was the only one pulling, he wouldn't pull. But he thought other horses were pulling with him, and so he pulled that right out." As Christians, we need to know that there's other believers walking alongside us. Scripture says in Ecclesiastes that though one man may be overpowered, two can defend themselves, and a cord of three strands is not quickly broken. That passage is usually read at a wedding talking about the couple, but the cord of three strands including God. But as believers as well, we are encouraged by one another. As Scripture says, let us spur one another on towards love and good deeds. Let us not give up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but let us encourage one another, right? And so you need to know that you're not walking this life alone. The devil can easily take one person out. And I know that it's sometimes, some people want to live the Christian life in isolation, maybe be a monk or something like that. But it's important that we know we've got each other's back, that we're pulling together. And so I just want you to know that as a church, we're pulling together. Tomorrow, we've got a men's breakfast, and spoken word believers are coming with us. On Sunday, we've got a new members luncheon, and so you get to meet some new people in church. And I just want to encourage you to get plugged in, whether it's a small group Bible study. Rob Sackett's going to be leading a new study on bearing fruit. This book right here, and the other two workbooks that we've done have been so good, and so I encourage you to be a part of that. That's going to be starting at the end of the month on Thursday evening. But let's encourage one another. Who do you know needs a phone call or a text just to know that you are pulling with them and encouraging them? I hope that you will reach out to somebody today and just let them know, "Hey man, hey sister, hey brother, I'm walking this journey with you, and I just want you to know I'm praying for you." And pray for them, encourage them. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Sunday. We're in the second part of our series, Miracle Worker is what we're going to be talking about, but we're talking about that is who you are. Last week we talked about God being a way maker and the crossing of the Red Sea. And this week, we're going to be looking at the life of Elijah and how God is a miracle worker. So hope you'll join us either in person or online. God bless you guys. Take care.